Excellency, Sir Sultan, and Sir Karim, unforgettable all my friends whom I love. First of all, let's pray and thanksgiving to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been given us some mercies and blessings so we can attend and gather in this place in good conditions and happy situation. Secondly, may peace and salutation always be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to the brightness, from the stupidity to the cleverness, from Jahiliyah era to the Islamiyah era, then the Islamic religion that we love. So by his guidance, we are able to differentiate the good thing and the bad one, the right way and the wrong one, in order to enter God's paradise. Thirdly, I don't forget to say thanks so much for the opportunity that has given by our lecturer and all of you guys for spending the time. And before we move to our presentation, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Resi Safira Marewangang as the moderator and the first speaker of Group 6.
My name is Nuna Syara as the second speaker.
My name is Nufadila as the third speaker.
My name is Iqbal Minal Bashir as the last speaker.
Alright guys, without wasting our time, let's begin with the first material, that is polysemy. This next slide please. Okay, before that, we should know what is lexical relation. So lexical relation, in semantic, we not only learn about what contains in the meanings of the word, but also we learn about the relation between the meanings of a word with the others. So polysemy is one kind of lexical relation that we should know. So what is polysemy? So we can define that polysemy can be defined as one form. It could be written or spoken, which is have multiple meanings that are related to extension. So one word could have different meanings but still related. To make it clear, let's move to the example, please. Okay, this is example head. So head can be defined as human part, that is our head, and also can be defined as the peak of something. It can be the peak of hills, and the leaders, also the leader of the school, for example. So it called headmaster. It still use the same word that is head, and also the top. It can be the top of glass or else. And the beginning, it's related to the time. So the beginning is the time where it starts. So head have multiple meanings, but still related to each other because it's related to beginning or the first thing that is have relation of the meaning of these things. Alright, next slide. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate between polysemy and homonymy. So here I will explain what is the difference to make us easier. What is the difference between this kind of lexical relation? So polysemy, both of these kind of lexical relation is use the same word, so one form, but the meanings is different. So we use term homonymy one form. It could be written or spoken, but the meanings is unrelated. So for example, like bat. Bat could be defined as animal, bat, and the other one is the things that we use to do the sport. It's like to do the baseball, so it's the bat, but the meaning is different. But in polysemy, even the one form has multiple related meanings. For example, like food. Food can be also the part of human body, but also can be the under thing in the mountain, foot of the mountain. So it has relation. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the other example is, but also in polysemy, one word can be defined as polysemy and homonymy. For example, like the word of date. In homonymies, it can be defined as something that you can eat for the iftar date, and the other thing is the point of time or the date. Today is 9 April, like that. But the date also can be defined as a polymorph. The point is related to the point of time. So on a letter, it's related to the time, the date, and the appointment, the date, the date, do. I mean, it's like also related to the time, and with someone who like to date, do you know dating with someone? So it's also have a relation in the part of the time. Okay, next slide, please. Alright, I think that's all from my explanation about polysemy. And the next material will be explained by Umul Masyara about wordplay.
Okay, I will explain about wordplay. Of all the various forms of humor plays on word and contrast, the suffice the word of tension in linguistics, as opposite to psychological, medical, literary, or aesthetic studies. They are the most obviously dependent of form of wording, and therefore many authors have felt them to be only kind of humor to consistent proper objective of linguistic studies. These last three lexical relations are the basis of the lot of wordplay, usually for humorous effect. In the nursery, little Mary had a little lamb. We think of a small animal, but in the comic version, Mary had a little lamb, some rice and vegetable. We think of a small amount of meat. The polysemy of lamb allow the two interpretation. We make sense of the riddle. Why are trees often mistaken for dog? By recognizing the homonymy in the answer, because they off their bar. And if you are asking the following question, why is 6 a phrase of 7? You can understand why the answer is funny, because 7, 8, 9 by identifying the homophones. Octavo, however, is more than a little critical of the results of past linguistic research in this area.
Alright, that's the explanation about wordplay from Umul Masyara. The next material is metonymy by Nurfadila. Please, time is yours.
Okay, the next material is about metonymy. What do you think about the metonymy? So, the metonymy is a type of figurative language or figure of speech that refers to a thing by the name of something associated with it, which is the word that replaces the original thing, is called a metonym. For example, as in the substitution of a specific graph for the abstraction is that. So the metonym for the example, the first is a graph. It means that. The next example is city hall, to mean a municipal government. And the last is the White House, to mean a President of the United States. So the next is the function of metonymy. This function, it can help to you to know what the purpose of the metonymy. So the function of metonymy is used to develop literary symbolism, giving more profound meaning. and to otherwise standard ideas and things. Metonymy also helps conciseness, allowing the user to group together many things under the umbrella. This umbrella it means the big place or group of one term in either speech of written word. The next slide. Okay, next is types of metonymy. There are two types of metonymy. The first one is synecdoche and metonymy. I think these two types also maybe it's the differences between synecdoche, metonymy, and metonymy. So, synecdoche is using a phrase that contains either the part of the whole or the whole for one part. Is considered to be a type of metonymy. The next is metonymy, where synecdoche breaks down association into individual pieces. Metonymy takes a familiar word or phrase and use it in a new context. You may also see metonymy referred to a transaction. Okay, the next is. Okay, here are some examples for metonym for help you to understand more about the metonym. The first one is using Wall Street to refer the United States financial, and I'm sorry, this is the next example, but I forgot to next enter in this example. The second example is corporate sector instead of just the street by the name in New York City. And the next example is Hollywood. The metonym is Hollywood is often used to refer the entire non-independent film industry, and it's not just the city by that name in the California. For the third example is the metonym of ride. It means a car. For example, praise, my ride is parked outside. So this is the word of ride is the meaning of cart for this. So it become my kata ride ini bisa jadi mobilku diparkir di luar. Tapi metonimnya di sini kita ganti dengan kata ride. The next is metonym of crown. It means monarch or king or queen. Example phrase: I swore allegiance to the crown. And the last example is the metonym of dish. It means a meal. For example phrase: what's your favorite dish? I think that's all for me. Thank you for attention, and I will back to moderator.
So that's the presentation, the explanation from Fadila about metonymy. The next material is collocation, which will be explained by Siti Nurul Haidar.
Okay, next is collocation. So what is collocation? So a collocation is a pair or group of words that are often used together. For example, the adjective fast collocates with cars, but not with plants. Next. Okay, this is learning collocation is an important part of the vocabulary. Part of learning. So some collocates are fixed or very strong. For example, take a photo, where no word order can take collocates with the photo to give the same meaning. Next. Okay, next is here are some more examples of collocations. So first is you must make an effort and study for your exam, not do an effort. So di sini and here we not do an effort, but must make an effort because no word can collocates word to have same meaning like that. So the second, did you watch TV last night? No, look at TV, but watch. And the last examples, this car has a very powerful engine. It can do 200 kilometers an hour, not strong engine. Next is there are some insane monuments near me, not antique monuments. Next. Okay, the last is why learn collocation. So learning collocation is a good idea because that they can A, give you the most natural way to say something, and B, give you alternative ways of saying something which may be more colorful, expressive, or more precise. And the last, C, improve your style in writing. Okay, maybe that's all to me. I'm back to the moderator.
Alright, so that's all the presentation from our group. The next is the Q&A session. So please, if you have any question, please just raise your hands.
Okay, guys, thank you very much again for the presenters.